PSC NURSE പുതിയ വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. എൻഡോക്രൈൻ സിസ്റ്റം ക്ലാസ് ആണ് ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. വീഡിയോ കാണുന്നവർ ഈ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുകയും ഫ്രണ്ട്സിന് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്യുക. വീഡിയോ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നവർ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുകയും അല്ലാത്തവർ ഡിസ്ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്യുക. നിങ്ങളുടെ വിലയേറിയതായ അഭിപ്രായങ്ങളും നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങളും കമൻറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുക. നന്നായി പഠിക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുക. വീഡിയോസ് റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കാണുക. അത് ഓർമ്മയിൽ നിൽക്കാൻ നിങ്ങളെ സഹായിക്കും. നമുക്ക് വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. Glands. An organ which secretes particular chemical substances for use in the body or discharge into the surroundings. There are three types of glands in our body: endocrine glands, exocrine glands, and heterocrine glands. Exocrine glands. Exocrine glands are glands that are secrete their products into ducts. Example: sweat glands, salivary glands, mammary glands, stomach, liver. Endocrine glands. Glands that secrete their product or hormones directly into the blood rather than through a duct. Example: pituitary gland, pancreas, thyroid gland, and adrenal glands. Heterocrine glands. These are glands that perform both exocrine and endocrine functions. For example, pancreas. Control of hormone release. First one, blood levels of hormone are controlled by negative feedback systems. Blood levels of hormones vary only within a narrow desirable range. Hormones are synthesized and released by glands in response to humoral stimuli, neural stimuli, and hormonal stimuli. Humoral stimuli secretion of hormones in direct response to changing blood levels of ions and nutrients. Neural stimuli. Neural stimuli means nerve fibers stimulate hormone release. Hormonal stimuli. Hormonal stimuli release of hormones in response to hormones produced by the endocrine organs. Classes of hormones: water soluble hormones and lipid soluble hormones. First one, water soluble hormones. It includes the peptide and amino acid hormones: insulin, epinephrine, HGH, and oxytocin. These hormones are soluble in water. They are unable to pass through the phospholipid bilayer of the plasma membrane and are therefore depend upon receptor molecules on the surface of the cells. When the cell binds to a receptor molecule on the surface of cell, it triggers a reaction inside the cell. Second one is lipid soluble hormones. It includes steroid hormones, testosterone, estrogen, glucocorticoids, and mineralocorticoids. These hormones are able to pass directly through the phospholipid bilayer of plasma membrane and bind directly to receptors inside the cell nucleus because they are lipid soluble. Endocrine system uses chemical messengers called hormones that are transported by the circulatory system or blood. They act on target cells that may be anywhere in the body. Target cells have receptors that are specific to the signaling molecules. The binding of hormones to the receptors on or within the target cells produce a response by the target cell. Hormones. Types of secretion. First one, autocrine. Autocrine affects the secreting cell. Second one is paracrine. Paracrine affects the neighboring cell. Third one, endocrine. Endocrine secreted into bloodstream. Fourth one, exocrine. Exocrine secreted onto body surface including surface of gut. Endocrine glands. Endocrine glands, the Greek words endo meaning within and crine is meaning to secrete. Endocrine system. Endocrine system consists of glands and group of capillaries which facilitates diffusion of hormones to bloodstream. They are commonly referred as the ductless glands because the hormones secreted directly into bloodstream. Major endocrine glands. Pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, thymus gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, ovary in females, and testis in males. Major endocrine glands, once more I will tell: pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, thymus gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, ovaries in female, and testis in male. Hypothalamus and pituitary gland. Hypothalamus and pituitary gland both are master endocrine glands since their hormones control other endocrine glands. Hypothalamus is a section of brain above where pituitary gland is suspended from stalk. Surrounds third ventricle. Hypothalamus receives input from cortex, thalamus, lymphatic system, and internal organs. Hypothalamus controls pituitary gland with different releasing and inhibiting hormones. Gonadotropin releasing hormone, growth hormone releasing hormone, growth hormone inhibiting hormone. Major integrating link between nervous and endocrine systems. Hypothalamic releasing hormones. Hypothalamic releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone or CRH. Effect on pituitary, it stimulates ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Thyroid tropin releasing hormone TRH in hypothalamic releasing hormone, it stimulates TSH and prolactin secretion. Growth hormone releasing hormone in hypothalamic releasing hormone stimulates growth hormone secretion. Somatostatin, hypothalamic releasing hormone that inhibits growth hormone and other hormone secretions in pituitary. Hypothalamic releasing hormone and gonadotropin releasing hormone or GnRH stimulates LH and FSH secretion on pituitary. Prolactin releasing hormone from hypothalamus stimulates prolactin releasing secretion on pituitary. Prolactin inhibiting hormone or dopamine from hypothalamus inhibit prolactin hormone inhibit prolactin secretion on pituitary. Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, referred to as master gland, secretes hormones that control functions of other glands, known as hypophysis. Has two distinct lobes with specific functions. Pituitary gland, referred to as master gland, secretes hormones that control functions of other glands, also known as hypophysis. Has two distinct lobes with specific functions. Pituitary gland is situated in the brain between hypothalamus and the pineal gland. Anterior pituitary gland is also known as adenohypophysis. It secretes growth hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, lactogenic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone. First one, growth hormone, also called somatotropic hormone, regulates growth of bone, muscle and other body tissues. Second one, adrenocorticotropic hormone or ACTH, stimulate growth and development of adrenal cortex and secretion of corticosteroids. Adrenocorticotropic hormone stimulates normal growth and development of adrenal cortex and secretion of corticosteroids. Third one, thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH, promotes and maintains normal growth and development of the thyroid gland, stimulates secretion of the thyroid hormones. Thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH promotes and maintains normal growth and development of thyroid gland, stimulates secretion of the thyroid hormones. Fourth one, lactogenic hormone. Lactogenic hormone, also called prolactin, promotes development of breast during pregnancy, stimulates secretion of milk from breast after delivery of a baby. Lactogenic hormone, also called prolactin, promotes development of breast during pregnancy, stimulates secretion of milk from breast after delivery of baby. Fifth one, follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates secretion of estrogen and production of eggs in the female ovaries, stimulate production of sperm in the male testis. Follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH, stimulates secretion of estrogen and production of eggs in the female ovaries, stimulates production of sperm in the male testis. Sixth one, luteinizing hormone, or LH. Luteinizing hormone stimulates female ovulation and secretion of testosterone in the male. Luteinizing hormone stimulates female ovulation and secretion of testosterone in the male. Seventh one, melanocyte stimulating hormone, or MSH. Melanocyte stimulating hormones controls intensity of pigmentation in pigmented cells of the skin. Melanocyte stimulating hormone controls intensity of pigmentation in pigmented cells of the skin. These are anterior pituitary gland secreting hormones. Once more I will tell the names. First one, growth hormone. Second one is adrenocorticotropic hormone. Third one, thyroid stimulating hormone. Fourth one, lactogenic hormone. Fifth one, follicle stimulating hormone. Sixth one, luteinizing hormone. Seventh one, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Okay. Posterior pituitary gland, also called neurohypophysis. Posterior pituitary gland, also called neurohypophysis. It secretes antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin. First one, antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone decreases excretion of large amounts of urine, increases absorption of water by the renal tubules. Antidiuretic hormone decreases the excretion of large amounts of urine, increases the reabsorption of water by the renal tubules. Second one is oxytocin. Oxytocin stimulates contraction of the uterus during childbirth, stimulates release of milk from the breast of lactating woman in response to the sucking reflex of the infant. Oxytocin stimulates contraction of the uterus during childbirth, stimulates a release of milk from the breast of lactating woman in response to the sucking reflex of the infant. Pineal gland. Tiny pinecone shaped gland. Tiny pinecone shaped gland is pineal gland. Located behind the dorsal aspect of the midbrain region. Pineal gland located behind the dorsal aspect of midbrain region. Plays a part in supporting body's biological clock. Plays a part in supporting body's biological clock. That is regulation of patterns of eating, sleeping and reproduction. Secretes melatonin to induce sleep. The functions are: plays a part in supporting body's biological clock, that is regulation of patterns of eating, sleeping and reproduction. Second one, secretes melatonin to induce sleep. Thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is located in front of the neck, just below the larynx, on either side of the trachea. Consists of a right and left lobe. Thyroid gland located in front of the neck, just below the larynx, on either side of the trachea, consists of right and left lobe. Thyroid gland helps regulate growth and development of body, helps control metabolism and temperature. Thyroid gland helps regulate growth and development of body, helps control metabolism and body temperature. Thyroid gland secrete T3, that is triiodothyronine. Thyroid gland secrete T3 or triiodothyronine. Thyroid gland secrete thyroxine or T4 that helps to maintain the normal body metabolism. Thyroid gland secrete thyroxine or T4 helps to maintain normal body metabolism. Thyroid gland secretes calcitonin. Calcitonin helps to regulate calcium level in the blood. Calcitonin helps to regulate level of calcium in the blood. Thyroid gland secretes T3, T4 and calcitonin. That is, T3 is triiodothyronine, T4 is thyroxine and calcitonin. These three hormones are secreted by thyroid gland. Parathyroid glands. Parathyroid glands, four tiny rounded bodies located on dorsal aspect of thyroid gland. Four tiny rounded bodies located on the dorsal aspect of the thyroid gland. Parathyroid gland secretes parathyroid hormone or PTH. Parathyroid hormone, also known as parathormone. It regulates level of calcium in blood. Parathyroid gland secretes parathyroid hormone or parathormone. It regulates level of calcium in blood. Thymus gland. Thymus gland, single gland located in mediastinum near the middle of the chest, just beneath sternum. Thymus gland is located in the mediastinum near in the middle of the chest, just beneath sternum. Large in fetus and infants, shrinks with the age. Thymus gland large in fetus and infants, shrinks with age. Thymus secretes thymosin and thymopoietin. Thymus gland secretes thymosin and thymopoietin. It stimulates the production of T cells that are involved in the immune system. Stimulates production of T cells that are involved in the immune response. So thymus gland secretes thymosin and thymopoietin. Thymosin and thymopoietin. It stimulates the production of T cells that are involved in immune response. Pancreas. Pancreas located in the folds of the duodenum. Both endocrine and exocrine functions. Secretes several key digestive enzymes. Islets of Langerhans includes three cell types. Alpha releases glucagon. It is essential for controlling blood glucose levels. Beta cells release insulin antagonists to glucagon. Delta cells produce somatostatin, which inhibits both glucagon and insulin. Pancreas, elongated gland located in upper quadrant of the abdomen behind the stomach. Extends horizontally across the body, beginning at a first part of small intestine and ending at edge of spleen. Islets of Langerhans secrete glucagon, increase blood glucose levels by stimulating liver to convert glycogen to glucose when blood sugar is extremely low. Islets of Langerhans, beta cells produce insulin. Insulin makes it possible for glucose to pass from blood through cell membranes to be used for energy. And insulin promotes conversion of excess glucose into glycogen for storage in the liver for later use. And delta cells produce somatostatin, inhibit both glucagon and insulin production. Endocrine glands have two portions, cortex and medulla. Adrenal cortex have three divisions. In that, first one is zona glomerulus that secrete mineralocorticoids or aldosterone. Second one, zona fasciculata secrete glucocorticoids or cortisol. The third one, zona reticularis secrete sex steroids or androgens. And adrenal medulla secrete catecholamines or epinephrine and norepinephrine. Adrenal glands. Adrenal glands, two small glands, one positioned atop each kidney. Two small glands, one positioned atop each kidney. Adrenal glands also known as suprarenal glands. Adrenal glands also known as suprarenal glands consist of adrenal cortex and an adrenal medulla. Each has independent functions. Adrenal glands consist of adrenal cortex and an adrenal medulla. Okay. In adrenal cortex secretes corticosteroids that are mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids and gonocorticoids. First one, mineralocorticoids. Adrenal cortex secretes corticoids. In that first one, mineralocorticoids regulate how mineral salts or electrolytes are processed in the body. Regulate how mineral salts or electrolytes are processed in the body. The second one is glucocorticoids. Adrenal cortex secretes corticoids. In that the second one is glucocorticoids. Glucocorticoids influence the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats and proteins in the body. Glucocorticoids necessary for maintaining body blood pressure. Glucocorticoids have an anti-inflammatory effect on the body. Glucocorticoids increase glucose available during fight or flight response by the body. Glucocorticoids and dealing with the functions, glucocorticoids influences the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats and proteins in the body. Glucocorticoids necessary for maintaining normal blood pressure. Glucocorticoids have an anti-inflammatory effect on the body. Glucocorticoids increase glucose available during fight or flight response by the body. Adrenal cortex secretes corticosteroids. In that the third one is Gonadocorticoids. Gonadocorticoids, sex hormones secreted in small amounts, contribute to secondary sex characteristics in male and females. Gonadocorticoids are sex hormones secreted in small amounts, contribute secondary sex characteristics in male and females. We are dealing again with the adrenal glands. In that, adrenal glands have adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. In that, adrenal cortex have adrenal cortex secretes mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids and gonadocorticoids. Next thing, adrenal medulla. We are dealing with adrenal medulla now. Adrenal medulla secretes catecholamines. Adrenal medulla secretes catecholamines, epinephrine or adrenaline. Epinephrine or adrenaline. That is sympathomimetic agent. Sympathomimetic agent increases heart rate and force of heart muscle contraction, dilates bronchioles in the lungs, decreases peristalsis in the intestines, raises blood glucose level by causing the liver to convert glycogen to glucose. Epinephrine is a sympathomimetic agent, increases heart rate and force of heart muscle contraction, dilates bronchioles in the lungs, decreases peristalsis in the intestines, raises blood glucose level by causing the liver to convert glycogen to glucose. And next one, adrenal medulla secretes norepinephrine or noradrenaline. Adrenal medulla secretes norepinephrine or noradrenaline. Noradrenaline, known as a sympathomimetic agent, produces a vasoconstrictor effect on the blood vessels, thereby raising the blood pressure. Noradrenaline produces a vasoconstrictor effect on the blood vessels, thereby raising the blood pressure. In adrenal medulla, that secrete epinephrine and norepinephrine. Epinephrine, also called adrenaline, norepinephrine ovaries. Ovaries, female sex glands or female gonads. Pair of almond-shaped glands located in upper pelvic cavity on either side of lateral wall of uterus near fibrated ends of the fallopian tubes. Ovaries responsible for producing mature ova and releasing them at monthly intervals during ovulation. Ovaries secretes hormones estrogen and progesterone. In that, estrogen promotes maturation of ovum in the ovary. Estrogen stimulates vascularization of uterine lining each month to prepare for implantation of a fertilized ovum. Estrogen contributes to secondary sex characteristic changes in female with the onset of puberty. Progesterone. Progesterone primarily responsible for changes within the uterus in anticipation of a fertilized ovum. Progesterone responsible for development of maternal placenta after implantation of a fertilized ovum. Testis. Testis, female gonads or testicles. Two small ovoid glands located in scrotum, primarily organs of male reproductive system. Testes responsible for production of sperm and secretion of androgens or male steroid hormones. Testes secrete hormone testosterone. It is responsible for the secondary sex characteristics changes that occur in male with onset of puberty and responsible for maturation of sperm. Thanks for watching. എൻഡോക്രൈൻ സിസ്റ്റത്തിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ് ഇവിടെ അവസാനിക്കുകയാണ്. എൻഡോക്രൈൻ സിസ്റ്റം ഡിസോർഡേഴ്സ് അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. PSC NURSEൻ്റെ വീഡിയോകൾ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നവർ ഈ ചാനൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുകയും ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്യുക. ഈ ചാനൽ കാണുന്നവർ ഇത് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുവാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുക. പഠിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും വിജയാശംസകൾ. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.